meat raffle, they've got bingo on and all. And you see, it takes a bit of organising because there's a turn coming later. See? And if I'm not there, they panic. Because you see, you've got to understand, Carl, that I'm a soothing influence on them, you see. Without me, everything goes a bit haywire. Because I'm very experienced at what I do.
Soothing?
Yes, because, I mean, I go back, going back, and I'm going back probably to early 70s here. We've had top turns in that club. We had Sammy Davis Junior.
Sammy Davis
Now, when I
Junior.
see, you're probably thinking now, well, that's a lot of bollocks. But no, it really happened. I can remember it were a Saturday night, and the turn we were supposed to have on, which was Johnny Fleabag and the Bumfluff Five. Well, one of the Bumfluff Five had diarrhea. He was poorly now, and he couldn't sit behind his drums. So I phoned up the agent. I said, well, we've been let down here. Can you send somebody else? Is Lenny available? Now, Lenny was Lenny Chipmunk. He was like an animal impressionist, you see. Animal impressionist, and he used to do impressions of like mammals and little rodents, things like that, you see. And it was marvellous. He used to come on, he could scurry on stage with a pair of false whiskers on, and he'd squeak a lot.
Squeak?
That's if you could get him on the stage. Quite often, he'd be curled up in a ball by the skirting board and go to sleep. But anyway, he weren't available. So I said, well, he said, well, what I can do, he said, I've got there's this other act. He's a superstar from America, and his name's Sammy Davis Junior. He's just had a show cancelled at the Palladium. Would you be interested? I said, well, to be honest, I said, has he got his own transport? Because it's a fair way from the Palladium up to where we were. He said, yeah, all right. I said, well, we don't normally book any turns unless we've auditioned them. You know, can he get here early? They weren't hearing any of that. So I said, well, send him anyway. So anyway, to cut a long story short, Sammy Davis Junior turned up. He walked in that concert room and you could hear a pin drop because the bingo was on, you know. And he walked in there. Now, he had his entourage with him. There were quite a few of them. And one of the lads said, well, is it the Four Tops? But there were 10 of them. So that didn't add up.
No.
Somebody else thought it were Charlie Williams and his family that had possibly been evicted or something. Because you've got to think back, Carl, in them days, there weren't a lot of black performers,
no.
Were they, in the clubs?
No.
Well, maybe around Bradford, but not where we were. And anyway, to be quite honest, he got in there and it was a pain in the arse from start to finish. You know the type, show business, you know, I'm marvellous. He got everybody's name wrong. Last behind bar, Brenda. He called her Honey. He called me Buddy.
Buddy.
Don't know where he got that from. And Wilf, that was on the door, he called him Limey. Now, where on earth he got that from? It's not like his name's Wilf Lime or anything. So why he called him that, nobody knows. But anyway, not only that, he's asking for these drinks that we've never heard of, you know. He asked for a screwdriver, you know, so we give him one. That were wrong. Then he asked for a pink lady. Didn't have a clue what. He says, well, if you haven't got them, he said, I'll have a Bloody Mary. I said, you bloody won't, because we've only got milder bitter. And we'll have no bad language in the best room while you're about it. Anyway, he went on. Paid him off after the first set.
Really?
Crap.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
I fancy a packet of crisps. I might go in. Do they speak English in here?